So, welcome and thank you all so much for being here. And those of you who watch the recording as well, thank you. This is the fifth workshop now. It's so nice and it feels so good. And actually, last month we took a break from it because I was busy working at festivals and socializing. So there was no workshop in August and I really missed it. So it's so nice to be back now. And it feels like such a beautiful way to honor this change of season. I know you can see me, I'm wearing like fur in the UK, and about 2 weeks ago I was out in shorts or like a dress. So the weather has changed drastically here in the UK. And we're meeting on quite a special day today because not only is it welcoming in this new season, so for me, my ancestry is like pagan and witchcraft and honoring the earth and the changes of seasons. So that is what I do within my work, but also today there is a full moon, blood moon eclipse. So there's a lot of energies going on today, and we're going to be going on a journey today where we combine the two things. So we combine the beauty and the teachings of the earth in shedding and letting go. And I just want to honor those of you who are living in a space where the season is not changing. You're like, I want going to the beach tomorrow. That's fine because we are still interconnected to everything natural. So whether it is literally in front of our eyes or not, we all go through these shifts. And even if we think about our lifetimes from when we're born to when we die in a lifetime, we go through these cycles of like birth, teenage, motherhood, and then we go past that and beyond to the crone, the wise woman, wise man, and then we die and we pass on and it starts again. So it's exactly the same as the seasons, and I want you to recognize that in a reflection. I just use the earth as it's an easy way for us to have these beautiful images and metaphors of trees and rivers and the moon and the sun. Kind of makes it easy for us to just look around and get inspired and see what's going on around us. So we're going to be doing a meditation journey also about meeting the shadow of the moon, and seeing what she can teach us as well. And I read this quote today about the moon that I wanted to read to you because I was like, ooh, that's juicy. It is from the Mother Peace tarot cards. And this is the description of the moon card. And it says, the moon represents the core of the ancient feminine mysteries, the journey into the inner labyrinth. The labyrinth is the holy path to the center and back out again, bringing knowledge and energy for both creation and destruction. So that is some powerful energies that we're working with today. And I just thought that description in itself just could not be more perfect for the energies of where we're at right now and what I'm seeing within my life, but also with other people that I'm interacting in and tapping into the collective as well. So I thought I would share that with you. So I'm going to set up a safe space, and I'm going to do this in honoring the guardians of the directions, first of all. So it's more of a pagan way. And then when we go into our meditation, we can add on to that energy and expand our quantum field a little bit more as well. So I invite you all to join me in prayer. So if you just place your hands together and press your thumbs against your heart center. And we'll just start off by taking 3 breaths together so that we can all really drop into this space together. And even those who are with us in the recording on that future time frame, all of us here that are here in the present moment now, we're going to take a deep breath in, expanding the energy of our hearts. And exhale. Just allowing yourself to relax a little. Deep breath in, expanding your heart. And exhale. One more time. Deep breath in. Expanding that big beautiful, beaming heart space. If you want to, you can hold the breath for a moment, allowing that energy to come to its peak. And exhale as you wish. And just taking a moment of pause in the silence. Staying here with your eyes closed, really honoring how you're feeling in this moment. I know there are souls joining from different parts of the world on this call today. We are blessed to have been brought together across different time zones. So honoring how you're feeling, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening. And I call upon the guardians of the East, the guardians of the air element, the wind. Blow clean and clear sweep through the skies and be here with us. We give thanks for you being here, thanking the guardians of the East. And I call upon the guardians of the South, the element of fire, blessed sun and lands of warmth, give comfort, brightness and strength, and be with us here. We give you thanks for being here, guardians of the South. And guardians of the West, water element, oceans, lakes, streams, wash clear and bright and fresh, and be with us here. We give you thanks for being here, guardians of the West. And guardians of the North, guardians of the earth, elementals, mountains, meadows, forests. Bring forth life, richness and beauty, and be with us here. We give thanks for you being here with us, guardians of the North. And we ask that all of the guardians of the gateways watch over us and protect us, creating a crystalline boundary around all who are joining this workshop today, all those who join the recording in prayer and intention, all hearts connected here. We ask that you protect us so that only beings, energies and entities with our permission, our highest good, love and compassion can see us and have access to us and exist within this workshop space or within us. And that all other beings, energies and entities must leave immediately. And along with the guardians of the directions and the elemental beings, we invite in our own individual guides, our kind, loving ancestors, our animal spirit guardians, our highest selves be here with us today. We invite in the earth, anchoring us, and we invite in the energy of the one true source to help open us up to our higher state of consciousness. And we command, but we also ask with love and compassion that you keep us safe and protected so that we may each and collectively receive the guidance, healing, messages, clearing and activation that is in service of our highest good and the highest good of all. And so it is. The circle is now safe and open. And thank you all so much for being here. Oh, I think someone dropped out. That's okay. Hopefully they'll come back in. Yeah, so in England, I'm just speaking from where I am, but in England, it's now fall or autumn coming into that season where, for me personally, it is the season where I feel the biggest shift. In spring, often it can get looked over because we can get so excited about the season changing and all of the green coming in the flowers. But once the sun starts waning and the darkness comes in, it really feels like such a time of change. And that can often feel quite scary, quite bewildering. There is that, idea of seasonal depression, and feeling sad and obviously depleted because we're not getting as much sunshine. But as we read in that moon quote, that powerful moon quote, there is something very empowering when we actually lean into the darkness as our ally. So that's what we're going to do in our meditation journey today. So feel free to get yourselves as comfortable as possible. Even if you fall asleep, it's totally fine because on some level, your subconscious mind is going to tap into the energy of the field. And I have prepared this journey a lot today. So some of it will be channeled, and some of it is some notes that I've prepared to really make sure that we tap into this energy. All I ask is that you relax as much as possible and open yourself up to anything that comes through for you, and know that messages and guidance may not come through as words, they may not come through as images, they might come through as a sudden shiver in your body. It might be just a sensation, it could be a smell, it could be a memory. There really is no right or wrong here. So just open yourself up and trust that you are psychic and you are mystical and you are here for a reason. So there is something that spirit wants you to gain from being here, from this experience. Oh, Poppy's just coming back in. We've got double Poppy. That's fine. Double Poppy. That's great. The more Poppy, the better. By the way, Poppy has been with me since the start of these workshops, so big up, Poppy. And when you're ready, you can close down your eyes, unless anyone has any questions or anything that they want to share before we go into this journey. It will be about 20 minutes to 30 minutes for the journey. So the more that you can surrender and rest into it, the better. But as I said, there's no rules. So if you do get distracted, oh, internet issues, that's fine, Poppy, no worries. If anything happens, you get any distractions, you drop out of it. Don't worry. Don't worry. We are divine feminine, all of us here. So we are all about forgiveness and flow and anti-perfectionism. That's what we're here for. So when you're ready, you can close down your eyes. And again, dropping back into that breath. Breathing, in my opinion, is single-handedly the most underrated spiritual power tool we each possess. And bringing that awareness back into your heart center, we're just going to reinforce our connections to both the earth and the cosmic source, just to make sure we're really anchored in before we go on this journey. So as you breathe, allow your chest to expand, the literal physical area of the heart, feeling it expand. And why the heart? Many reasons. Our center of love, the energy, emotion, one of them that connects us all. But also because the heart is the fourth gateway, the heart is the fourth energy center. It is the bridge between the physical and the spiritual experiences that we have here as a human, anchoring us between the earth, between love, and between the cosmic source of all. And imagining that in the center of our chests, there's a big ball of energy. And this could look like however you wish. Remember, energy is heat, energy is sound, energy is light, movement. And we're going to send some of this energy downwards through our physical energy centers. So it's going to come down through our navel, so through our stomach, down through our sacral, our sexual and reproductive organs, and then down into our root, into our base. And we're going to keep sending this energy down now, out, down our legs, out through the soles of our feet, but also from the base of our spine like an anchor cord. Sending down deep, deep, deep roots of light from our heart and connecting all the way into the heart of the earth goddess, Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, connecting into her crystalline heart to keep us deeply rooted and grounded and connected, keeping us strong and supported and stable and safe in our beings. And coming back up into our hearts. Now that we've anchored in the physical, we're now going to anchor in the spiritual, the cosmic, the celestial. So now from this ball of energy in our hearts, we're going to send it upwards like a channel of light, up through our throats, through our third eye, and all the way up, out through our crown, through the top of our head, and just sending this channel up. We don't know quite where this goes, but we're sending it up through the dimensions and up through the vibrational frequencies until this light from our heart connects into the one true source, the cosmic source, creation, divine love, connecting in and allowing ourselves to open up to receive messages from our higher selves, guides, from the field, from higher dimensions, whatever we choose. Remember, this is a journey of choice. And as humans on Earth, we have free will. We get to choose. And then coming back down into our hearts, knowing that we are anchored above and below. And now we're going to send out the energy from our hearts, sending it around each of us individually so that we can be encased in a shield of light, about 2 meters around us, so that our physical bodies and our energy bodies are safe and protected. This may look like a cocoon, it may look like a giant bubble, it may look like a force field, or it may be just something that you feel into, and we each set the intention that we are safe and protected inside these golden bubbles, and that only beings, energies and entities with our permission, highest good, love and compassion, and the highest good of all can have access to us in this space, and all other energies and entities must leave immediately. And you can invite in your guides, again, ancestors, spirit guardians, animal guardians, inviting in our higher selves, one true source, the cosmic source of creation, and inviting in Mother Earth's stability and energy. setting the intention now that we are safe and protected and we have our guides by our side, setting the intention that we are going to travel down into the depths of the earth so that each of us can have an individual journey and receive some wisdom and some guidance from the very nature of the earth herself, and receive some wisdom and some guidance from the lunar energies. And I ask that we are protected at all times, and making sure that each of us remember that we get to choose. We get to choose what we take as real or not, and we get to choose what we experience and what we take away with us today. But may it be in service of our highest good and the highest good of all, supporting each of us on our ascension journey or our journeys back to our hearts. And once again, connecting in to this cord of light that is rooting us down deep into the center of the earth. Really allowing more of this energy to sink downwards now, and you may even feel a sinking sensation. Giving yourself permission to actually sink deep down into Mother Earth. And let her energy rise through the cord and feel the power of her presence. Maybe you can feel this in the soles of your feet, in the base of your spine, perhaps coming all the way up and pulsating through your body. Power and the presence of Mother Earth herself. And through her energy, we can begin to understand how change, growth, birth, death, and renewal are all true and are good and are a part of our path and our journey. And you now feel that you are a part of this cosmic cycle. And you begin to see a figure in front of you. This figure is your highest self. This is you. This is a version of you living on another timeline. Past, present, future, parallel. None of that matters anymore. This is you on another timeline, walking your highest path, and whatever that means to you is completely individual to you. And noticing, first of all, how your higher self appears to you today. It could just be a shadow, almost like a figure of smoke. Perhaps today you see this figure in front of you in more detail. If so, noticing, are you human? Are you taking animal form, shape-shifting perhaps? Noticing how your higher self chooses to present themselves to you today. And remember, if you are not experiencing visualizations today, does not mean that it is wrong or right. You will be experiencing the sensation somewhere within you. Trusting yourself, whether it's a tingle at the tips of your fingers or a sudden flush of heat, or the opposite end of that, cool energy, feeling into that. and see if you can remember. There's going to be lots of times throughout this journey that I will ask you to take note of things in the memory of your mind. Don't worry about this too much. Whatever you remember at the end of this journey is what you are meant to take with you. So your higher self reaches out her hands or his hands or its hands and invites you to journey deep down into the depths of the earth. So holding hand in hand with your higher self, you begin to sink deeper now, deeper down into the earth. And you realize that your higher self is leading you deep into an ancient forest. This is a portal within the very depths of the earth. And you feel your feet now landing on the forest floor. Your higher self is with you this whole time. She is guiding you on this journey. And your higher self tells you that they want to give you the opportunity to learn 2 lessons from nature today. One of the cosmos and one of the earth. And your higher self guides you deep into the forest, noticing how the forest feels, what you can see, hear, smell, perhaps. And she leads you into a clearing where there is a big circle and an opening where the trees have parted just for you to take a look up into the sky. And right at the center of the clearing is the moon goddess in her full form, shining bright. And your higher self tells you to look at the moon. And she explains, or he explains, that when the shadow of the earth hits the moon, that is when an eclipse takes place, and there is so much that we can learn from the shadow. And your higher self explains that the shadow of the moon herself, the moon as a goddess, has a shadow spirit. And your higher self invites the shadow spirit forward. Again, noticing the form that appears as the shadow of the moon. This spirit, this entity, this guardian of the shadow side of the moon, slowly approaching you. She introduces you to this entity. And the shadow of the moon goddess explains to you that they are just a reflection, a divine reflection of your own inner shadow that perhaps we fear, perhaps we hide from or run away from, try to disguise. And the shadow of the moon entity tells you that as the shadow of the earth touches the moon, a sliver of quiet stillness glides over the moon. And without resistance, The moon allows the coolness of her shadow to enter into her body, gently and softly. And she, the shadow of the moon, asks you to do the same. I am here with you, the shadow of the moon, reflecting back to you your own beautiful shadow, your own depths of darkness. Notice me. Within me is the key to understanding. Remember, I am your mirror. And as you begin to come aware of your own shadow, with the shadow of the moon reflecting in front of you, you can begin to feel a sense of change. Threads deep within you begin to loosen, preparing you to let go. Something is nearing completion. An ending is in motion. Dark thoughts, light thoughts are all just messages. Even more threads within the fibre of your being begin to loosen as you recognize and accept your shadow as a part of you. Shadow and light begin to intermix, creating divine harmony from within. And you call upon the shadow of the moon, this spirit, this entity, to be with you, to help guide you through this process of inner alchemy and transformation. Your shadow has words, visions, or emotions of value that your shadow wants you to pay attention to. Just as you greeted your higher self and the entity, the being of the shadow of the moon, your own shadow wants to be greeted with honor and respect. There are things hidden in the dark that are important for you to acknowledge. And the pull of the moon and the cycles of the lunar energy aids you in allowing strength, wisdom, and emotion to rise from within. And without fear, take some time to allow your shadow to gently greet you in return, taking a moment of stillness and silence in the depths of your being. And remembering that your higher self is by your side. And you notice now that the shadow moon goddess has disappeared because you have honored and acknowledged your shadow within. The shadow goddess has also been acknowledged, and you see that the moon is shining even more brightly now, and you feel this shift of energy within you and your own inner glow shining even more brightly than before. And you feel the gentle pull of your higher self, taking you away from the clearing now, as she invites you to the second teaching of this journey, where we ground more back into the earthly energies. And she takes you down a pathway surrounded by old, ancient trees that are about 5 times the size of you or even bigger. And you suddenly feel this sensation of crunch, crunch, crunch beneath your feet, and you look down and it is a sea of golds, deep oranges, browns and yellows beneath your feet, this sudden sea of golden autumn leaves lighting up the forest like flames. And as you walk, you start to feel that the leaves are falling from the trees, literally like it is raining leaves from the trees. And you begin to notice that some of these leaves are dropping onto your skin and they're sticking onto your skin, which feels a little strange that they're not falling away. And your higher self nudges you to take a look at one of the leaves. And you see on the leaf a word appearing. And this is a word or a nudge. Perhaps when you looked at the leaf, you just had an inner feeling or a knowing, and this leaf represents a message from deep within you of what you are ready to shed and let go of, written there on the leaf that has fallen on your skin. And you keep this leaf and you put it in your pocket, as you know that there is important energy to be carried here. And you keep walking. And you keep walking, and every time that you feel a leaf landing on your skin and getting stuck, you take that leaf in your hand and look at the leaf. Perhaps it's a word, a colour, a memory, a feeling, a knowing, a guidance towards what it is that you are ready to shift and let go of. And again, putting it inside your pocket. And take all the time that you need, taking a mental note of these words, these messages, and these hints from the leaves. And you keep walking. What is it that you're ready to let go of? Allow yourself to open up to the deep wisdom of the earth, reflecting back to you as all of the autumnal trees are letting go of all of their leaves without fear, with grace, letting it all go and giving you this gift of self-knowledge of what you're truly ready to let go of. Again, remembering the words, the guidance, the messages, the feelings, the nudges, and placing all of the leaves in your pocket, keeping a mental note of as many of them as you possibly can. And your higher self, she guides you that if you are truly ready to release, then you must bring these words and these messages back with you into the physical realm, into this current lifetime, and she guides you to write them down. Write these words or these things or these feelings or actions down on physical leaves, and she invites you to burn them. If not leaves, then paper is okay. But taking back these messages from the quantum realm into the physical and using your physical power to alchemize them in a ritual will be very powerful and magical for you in honor of the seasonal changes. And your higher self stands in front of you. And you thank her for guiding you on this journey and receiving these gifts, perhaps of awakening, perhaps of remembrance. Perhaps you have received some gifts that may feel uncomfortable. Grateful for it all, the light, the dark, the shadow. And you embrace your higher self. And as you embrace, you feel your hearts connect, heart to heart, and you suddenly recognize that you are merging together as one. You are no longer two separate entities, but you are here together. And taking a moment of gratitude for the moon, the goddess of the moon, and the goddess of the shadow of the moon, giving thanks and gratitude for all of the wisdom and the teachings of the ancient forests, the trees, Mother Earth herself. And when you're ready, you're going to start pulling on that cord of light that you created, that connects you into the earth from your heart, and you're going to start pulling yourself back up nice and slowly, leaving this realm behind, which is guarded and protected by the earth. Gently coming up, shifting in vibrational frequencies, until you feel like you have landed back in the space that you're in. Feeling yourself on your chair or on your bed or wherever it is that you're sitting, from wherever it is that you are experiencing this journey, landing back in. And take your time to come back into your body. You may want to bring some small movements to your body, to your hands, your feet, maybe to your neck. A stretch can be a good way to land back in the body. Whatever you need, taking your time to come back into the space. And if you do have pen and paper handy, or even your phone or something that you can write on, I do invite you just in the next couple of minutes to write down any of the messages, the signs, or the symbols that you experienced in that journey, so that they're not lost forever, so that we can keep them. And then you can choose to work with them as you wish. And there, facing your shadow may have presented some discomfort and some fear. So just honouring that in this space, just giving yourself a hug if you need to. and I'm here to support you after this call. I know that sometimes in these spaces, big shifts can come up. I know that I've been to many a circle before and just been crying for like days afterwards. So knowing that that is totally fine and I'm here for you, but writing anything down that you wish. And I have laid out in front of me, this was actually before the workshop started today, I've laid out 6 Oracle of the Witch cards, and it's this beautiful deck which honors, I don't know if you'll be able to see it because it honors the dark and the light and the shadow and the red of this blood moon. And I felt really drawn to this card to, well, as we're approaching October, we have the season of the witch, Soen, when we're invited into that space of ritual and magic. And by the way, that can mean anything to you. So I was invited to call upon these cards. So I'm going to go round in the order, going clockwise in a spiral of the faces that I can see on my screen. And I will ask you to pick a number from 1 to 7, and you can write that in the chat, or you can unmute if you like. So Catherine, first of all, just choose a number from 1 to 7. 7. Nice. Okay, so you got a card which is fulfillment, and it's actually the mother card, but I feel like that's really beautiful because that is such a card of nurturing. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this just because I've got like Zoom focusing on, but it's such a beautiful image, very similar to the journey we just went on. You know, it's like sitting under the tree and really resting. And I feel for you, Catherine, and this is just my own inner guidance that's coming in. It's like almost mothering yourself and like really nurturing yourself and loving yourself. And perhaps the earth can be a beautiful teacher for you for that. So yeah, that's your guidance today for the moon. Person who's next on my screen is Sarah. So now you can pick from 1 to 6.
Can I take 5, please, Chloe?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Bye. Oh, that one's cool. So you got the forager, and the message for that is self-reliance. So it's you in a field, basically foraging, but yeah, relying on yourself again, kind of looking after yourself and nurturing yourself. So I don't know, obviously I don't know what came up for each of you on your individual journeys. But there is like another daughter, and these are both quite motherly cards. There is like a smaller female figure there, but perhaps that could represent, you know, where you are in your life and it's time for you to look after and take care of yourself. And then coming down, we have Ivalani. I don't know if you're able to unmute yourself or type in the chat. If you don't, I will skip you and then I'll pick a card for you at the end. Oh no, I can see you unmuting now.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay, I'll take 3.
Okay, number 3.
Thank you, dear.
Okay, you're welcome. So you got intention and you actually got a magic card. So you got number 13, which is the number of the moon and of the goddess. And that is, it's called candle magic and intention. So for me, this is your calling to, yeah, really start believing in your magic and having intentional rituals, whatever that looks like to you. Doesn't have to be this like black candle witchcraft. There's plenty of other ways of harnessing your magic. But yeah, the message for you is intention and actually tapping into your magic as well. And I just got a message coming through saying like believe in your magic, because you have a very powerful intention when you combine magic and intention. Okay, so next we have Poppy. So there's cards 1, 2, 4, or 6.
I'll have a 6, please.
Okay. Ooh, so you've got a healing card and it's curses and remedies. So it's this little, kind of looks like a sort of a witch's trinket shop. Curses and remedies. Healing. So I will let you read that as you wish. I don't know what came through for you in your messages, but I mean, healing can be quite a strong message to say that there is something that needs to be healed deeper, or a healing journey that you're already on, perhaps, that you're being called to take the next step towards. Okay. And then lovely Karma. You have card 1, 2, or 4. So you chose number 1. Okay, perfect. Oh, wow. This is a very magical card. You got proficiency, witches of the craft. And this is this woman standing there, and she has like harnessed the element of water. She's got a fairy with her there. So she is like proficient in her craft. I love that. I feel like that in this one, the water element is very strong, and there is that divine feminine energy, which is also something you can harness in with the moon as well. The moon goddess, she controls the tides and the water. Witches of the craft, proficiency. Oh, she's also got a cauldron as well. So proficiency. You are very proficient in something. I love that she's got a fairy guide as well. And that's a 4 number. If the number 4 means anything to you, I think it's always good to look into numerology as well. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, because we're almost at time, I will do the prize draw and then we'll finish the call, but we can I'll stop the recording and then we can stay and have a share outside of the recording. Anyone who wants to go can go, but anyone who wants to stay and share, you'd be more than welcome. So I have actually pre-set up one of those wheels that spin that select the prize winner. So if I can get the screen up, you'll have to let me know if you can see this. Yeah, got a thumbs up. Okay, let me just complete this. So Bidemi didn't show up. So let me make sure I've got everyone. Sarah, Ivalani, Catherine, Karma, and Poppy. Okay, cool. Let me move this out of the way. And then, okay, let's go. So we're going to spin the wheel, and whoever wins will win a channeled spirit guardian painting. Okay, so let's go. Woo! This is exciting. I'm so happy that you can see it as well. Sarah, congratulations! Woohoo!
Oh, thank you.
Yay! Let me stop sharing. Congratulations, Sarah. I'll contact you privately about that.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so before I stop recording, I'm just going to close down the space of the session and then I'll stop the recording. So this protective space, this chrysalis, this cocoon of light that we are all in, those who are here now in this moment and those who watch this recording, I'm going to ask that all of our guides step out of the space of the session, and all the beings and guardians who are here to support us on this journey today, asking you to step out of the space. Gaia and Source, our guardian angels and our higher selves, everyone just stepping back, and we can stay in our own individual protective spaces. And I'm just gonna bring this whole protective session bubble all the way down to size, taking away with it any darkness or heaviness, any cords or attachments that we wish to release that are no longer serving us, no longer serving our highest good or the highest good of all. Bringing it down to size. And I command that this be returned to source or never be returned here again. And I ask and I set the intention that every soul and every being who participated in this journey today has a beautiful integration journey, and they continue to honor their shadow and harmonize the dark and the light, and remember that being human is messy. It's beautiful and it's ugly and it's crazy and everything in between. And if we can just remember to come back into our hearts time and time again, we will always find the way forward. Thanking all of our guides, thanking our higher selves, thanking Mother Earth and beautiful nature, thanking the cosmos, the source of creation, and every being who is here with us today on this journey. Thank you so much. And I officially draw this space to a close. I'm just going to stop the recording.